41,000 people are evacuated as the Popocatépetl volcano, just 35 miles from Mexico City, releases a potentially deadly eruption. It's the second Mexican colossus to blow this month. The Popocatépetl volcano has spewed out a mile-high plume of ash into the sky, putting thousands of lives at risk. And earlier in the week, the 2016 Volcano Fest continues as Russia's Zupanovsky volcano spews ash 8 kilometers into the eastern Kamchatka sky. And thousands of people were evacuated from the foothills of Mount Egon, Indonesia, as the volcano status there was raised to high alert. Now, the Californian methane leak update. The well is releasing 1,200 tons of methane per day and 100,000 pounds per hour, containing benzene, a cancer-causing carcinogen. And in a new twist, the leak is said to be killing pets, especially birds and fish. And in the San Fernando Valley, the community have noticed fewer birds and wildlife sightings, not surprisingly. There are also reports that the gas well has destabilized and a large crater has developed in the area. Officials have said this could be catastrophic, with a massive risk of fire and explosions. And in Michigan, Flint authorities are deliberately poisoning its citizens to save money. Just as Porter Ranch in California, Flint is now declared a state of emergency. Michigan's Department of Environmental Quality stands accused of ignoring months of concerning reports of the amount of lead in Flint's drinking water, with the brown liquid reportedly making residents' hair fall out and causing rashes on their skin. 10 people have said to have died from the pneumonia-like condition Legionnaire's disease. And the American city is still charging residents up to $200 a month for the contaminated toxic waste water. Two extremely rare early hurricanes, Alex and Parley, linked to the El Niño phenomenon. Alex, in the middle of the North Atlantic, is the first to form in January for nearly 80 years. More marine life carnage. Thousands of dead squid have washed ashore in Chile, and the experts say the reason is unknown, although they did say the incident is not believed to have anything to do with El Niño. And the 13 dead sperm whales off the Dutch and German coast this week were perfectly healthy and not starving as first reported. It's 250 years since so many whales died off the Dutch coast. And more whale deaths along the west coast of North America. 7 dead whales were found on the coast of Bahia, California Sur. Malnutrition was blamed by the experts. 300 dead turtles were found on a beach in Odisha, India this week. Locals were said to be astonished by the sheer number. 45 whales died also in India 2 weeks ago. And of course probably more than 100,000 seabirds have died along the coast of Alaska. A magnitude 6.0 near Fiji is the 7th major quake of January. On Thursday we had a magnitude 6.4 earthquake in northwest China. And on the very same day we had the biggest of the week, which was a 6.6 off the coast of Jalisco, Mexico, which was the 9th major quake of January and the 9th of 2016. It's the stuff of nightmares. Unprecedented amount of snakes of plague proportions are attacking humans and pets in the Australian state of Victoria. The snake attacks are following a trend of increased shark and bee attacks around the world.
So, I've been hearing some strange noises outside now for a bit. I'll open the window to show you. It's really strange. Listen. I don't know what it is, but it's starting to freak me out a bit. I don't like it. It's been happening every kind of 10 minutes, half an hour. But there it is again.
The great debate continues. NASA claim 2015 was the warmest year on record. Try telling that to the folks of Washington DC today. Nevertheless, this summer thousands died from the heat in India and Pakistan, and warm records were smashed all over the world. Last month the North Pole was warmer than cities in Europe and the US. Droughts were reported from all over the world too. California, of course, but also northwestern Canada, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Brazil, Australia, Central America, just to mention a few. The heat killed millions of fish and mammals, along with record numbers of cattle and birds. Trees in certain parts of the world are dying off in unprecedented numbers, California being a good example, and agriculture in many parts of the world has failed. The North American states of Maryland, Washington DC, New York, New Jersey, Delaware, Tennessee, Kentucky, North Carolina and Virginia are all suffering a record-breaking snowstorm. 40 inches is set to fall by Sunday. Major cities, roadways and airports along the East Coast were largely immobilized Saturday by a massive and deadly snowstorm that showed no signs of letting up. Public transport in Philadelphia, Baltimore and Washington DC were shut down as local officials called on residents to hunker down and stay off the streets for a second day. The storm is expected to taper off by Sunday. Well, that's me done for this week. Once again, thanks for watching, and hopefully even, I'll see you all next week.